I do want to say hello, welcome on in. We are just loading up the game here, so future me, who is probably going to edit this into a YouTube. Hello, future people. Hello. We're gonna play some Mass Effect. We've got our best buddies here. Also, time where I was in space and my hot friend went to touch this weird beacon thing, and like no one tried to stop him, and I touched it instead, and now I'm supposed to save the galaxy or something. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why we're here. We touched this weird beacon thing, and now we have new best friends, and we're supposed to save the galaxy. Yep. That's the thing.
On the Presidium, mostly for show.
That's a thing. I do want to wander around the Citadel today. Because that was the thing that was kind of recommended that we do, is to just kind of go around a little bit. So I kind of just want to wander and explore a little bit. I am going to get hopelessly lost. I hope you all are aware of that. So, I don't know where I'm wandering to, but we're going to wander somewhere. And maybe we can also find some more of those things to scan. Oh, I can talk to them. Hi!
Greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
I can't tell if it's this kind of alien doesn't have a mouth, or it's because the mouth flaps doesn't actually move their mouth to actually, like, what? Your speech! Hey, we can ask...
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through sentence-like movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
I like them. They speak big boys. I know, it's like, oh, they're nice. I like them. Yes, this is my very first playthrough. I have seen a playthrough of this game before, but it's been long enough. I don't remember any of the story. I like remember and I'm familiar with some of the characters. Like, I am sad to like that I can't romance Tali as a female shepherd, because I do want to romance Tali. So I don't know who I'm gonna romance. But you know, like I know some of the characters, but I don't know any of the story. So no story spoilers, because I don't know the story. One of your favorite sci-fi fantasy franchises, period. Like, not just the game. Okay. Yeah, I've been enjoying this so far. We're on day 3 of playing, and I don't think we're that far yet. Feel free to correct me. But yesterday, the last thing that the last story thing we did, we just got Tali. We heard the recording of Saren, and another voice that we didn't recognize talking about Reapers. And that is as far as we've gotten story-wise, though. Alright, let's ask about this.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the L-Corps groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
I like them!
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Okay, yeah, I want to know more. Yes, I want to know about the culture.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the L-Corps.
Frankly, we L-Corps prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
Cool.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
I like them. Can I talk to this one too?
Hello there, human.
Hi.
Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
What's wrong?
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Who's this Asari consort?
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where is she?
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human.
Did I just get a side quest? Oh no, that's from the scan that I got. Okay. Keeping track of all these things might get confusing. Ooh, speaking of scanning things, there's another one to scan. Yeah! Actual question. How many of these things am I gonna need to scan? Does anyone know? I think it said 20. Did it say? It might have said it. I totally just didn't look. Oh, right there. You're right, Fo. It says right there. 4 of 20. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, are we talking like a bazillion of them? 20 is not bad. Ooh, I could talk to them too.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
Why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Okay, let's ask about the Volus.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
But I want to know more, though.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
Okay, so it kind of is like the opposite of the other one that we just talked to a bit. Okay, let's ask about the history.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the council.
Yeah, I don't like that it's like 3 specific races on the council controlling everything. That seems odd.
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The Earth Clan will be invited to the council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the council. All but the Earth Clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
Alright.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
Okay, so this is the fun of wandering around the Citadel, is you get to talk to other people. Okay, I see the appeal to wandering around. But I'm still going to get hopelessly lost.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Could you spare a moment of your time?
Sure?
Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
I'm listening.
What do you need?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime. I've requested that my wife's body be returned to me for cremation, but the military has refused my request.
They say why?
Why did they refuse your request? There's got to be some reason.
I don't know. All I know is that they have declared it impossible for my wife to be returned to me.
No, we have to put that... No. What?
There's no reason for your wife's body to be held like this. Just wait here.
The man in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. When I last saw him, he was in the expensive bar over there. Thank you for your time.
Specifically the
I
expensive
just
bar.
want to give my wife a proper funeral. And the respect she deserves.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, what? Alright, let's talk to them.
Good day, Commander.
Hi.
The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
Have we met?
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
Okay, Avina, I think, was the AI thing over there.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
Okay.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative
Ooh.
assistant for the embassies.
Safiria, I like that. That sounds cool.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
That's fair.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
when you're trying to be in charge of a bazillion different things, that's fair enough to be maybe just slightly busy. Just a little bit. Okay, that's to the financial district. I guess let's look at the map of... Oh, what do we got here? Those are like the teleporters, right? No, point of interest. Is that just the AI? I think that's just the AI. There are more things that they can tell me?
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. There are many points of interest here, including the Citadel embassies and CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avena. Please enjoy your
Okay,
visit
so
to
there's the
Citadel.
teleporter. Oh, there's a quest here. There's plot there, the Embassy Lounge. Okay, let's actually look and see what were we supposed to be doing, because I don't want to accidentally progress stuff right now. Because I just want to wander around a bit. Oh, okay, so that's for the wife. Because that's probably what that is. Okay, so for this we need... Oh, because we were going to go tell the... Right, we got the information, we were going to go tell the council about it. So if we return to the council, that would progress stuff. Got it. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, so let's go... this way? Because I think that was the direction... Yeah, I want to go to this, like, fancy lounge thing and see if we can help that dude get... his wife's body back? Which direction? Let's just see what's in here real quick, because this is kind of a dead-end area. There's a diplomat.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Hey! Also, other purposes for wandering. Scan the thing! Yeah, okay. Ooh, friend! I'm gonna call all of the ones of this species are definitely friend. I like them.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
Hello! Okay. I like them. Num num num. Oh yes, let's hydrate. Also, thank you for feeding the mods.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC.
Okay.
It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel.
There.
Was there something you needed, Commander?
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I figured that was about the response I was gonna get, but I figured I might as well ask.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
Okay.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
You don't like them.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
I like how some of our responses of things are almost like the reading between the lines of stuff. Of like, we're, you know, like the insight check of like picking up on like, well, they're saying this, so they probably feel this, so let's comment on it kind of thing. Because I feel like I'm not good at doing that in like actual conversations. Yeah, there's also the option too that we could just stop the conversation there and just go, goodbye. Which is a little silly.
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
I'm just gonna say goodbye.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Alright. I'm gonna say, anything we can scan? Easy to Okay, we can hack this. Hold on. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. You understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Edda cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. Well, I guess that's good to know about. Okay. I think this is wandering. Yeah, this is wandering into the lounge. Okay.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard.
Uh-huh.
Your activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Can we appreciate that it's like, I'm walking up to this person for the first time, and the first thing I can say to them is, stop stealing corpses. It's one way to make a first impression, I guess.
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before.
Oh.
That is why her body is being held.
I don't care how badly the Geth mangled the body. It's the husband's right to claim her.
We are not holding Nirali Bhatia's body out of discretion. We are, frankly, holding the body for research.
Well, then he has a right to know that.
The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say, like, that's not your choice to make. If you're holding it for that, like, he should be aware of that. Yeah, I was gonna say, this isn't right, but I didn't put points in the Paragon part, so we only have the Renegade option. Gonna do this one.
I'll tell Samesh. Next time you cut up a dead soldier, at least tell her husband the truth.
That was just the reaction we were hoping to avoid, Commander. But if you think it will help, tell Mr. Bhatia the truth. Perhaps he will understand.
I was gonna say, he has a right to know. I don't know. The Renegade option just, like, release the body didn't seem right. Because, like, if it is a thing that they could get information, but, like, the husband has a right to know. Oh, we can talk to him?
This place seems strange. Wish there were more humans around.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, right.
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here that is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Okay, so we need to go over there to them then. We haven't gone across the bridge yet. Ooh, I can talk to this person.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
Okay. Talk to the bartender?
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Sure, fill me in.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I try Flux or Cora's Den.
Okay. That's actually kind of useful. Just I like that. Just
So long, Commander.
the casual talk to the bartender and kind of get a lay of the land a little bit. So it sounds like we've had multiple people say we need to go across the bridge. So... Oh, okay, because that's... Okay, so we need to go this one. Get back to where we were? Yes, okay. So I'm assuming they're meaning, like, the bridge that's, like, out here, because I think there's a bridge over here. Also, like, the sprint being the spacebar is kind of weird. What if bots rise up on Twitch? I don't know. Could be an interesting thing. Okay, that's back to the embassies. Ooh, there's another one to scan! There's another one to scan! We gotta scan it.
I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
Okay. Scan it! Yeah! Okay, so what do we got over here? Oh, right, because we were talking to... Okay. Hello.
Welcome. I am Nelina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Okay. Fo, thank you for the bits. Scan all the weird Marlins. They're not Marlins.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
Okay.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
What do you do here, Nelina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
Oh my. Okay. Hi, Crispy! So, yeah, we're still very much at the beginning. This is, the third day of me streaming it. So, okay, I'm actually going to click on this dialogue so we're not just standing and staring at each other.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
Oh.
What is the consort?
Oh, wait, I already clicked on that one.
I
already clicked on that one. Oops.
She's many
I was trying to
things
get back to
many
the other
people, and
thing.
Something different for each. Some seek her for advice.
It's not a
some
spoiler,
for
just a running gag.
entertainment,
Okay.
Others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
Okay, I want to get back to the other dialogue options, so I'm going to click
You
through
make
this
her
again. I
sound
think
like
I can
some kind of-
space.
I
Yeah.
suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Can I not? I missed the make an appointment thing.
What do you do here?
It's our job to ensure that they leave.
What exactly do
Okay.
My specialty is touch. My fingertips can...
I'd like to try out your
Excellent.
service.
I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in... 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Melina,
Yes, Shaira?
send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress.
The dramatic music
It appears
change?
the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
Okay. Sure, let's do it.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
Okay. I'm not going to stop and talk to the other people. I'm just going to walk right up. Now I'm interested of what she wants to talk about.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our Citadel.
You checking up on me?
I don't like people spying on me.
I apologize, Commander. I make it my business to know when important people arrive on the station. Many of them become clients. But that is not why I asked you here. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Oh? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the iceberg. It's good to have you here. Okay, tell me about it.
Maybe I can help.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What went wrong?
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
Okay.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful.
Okay.
Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
Okay. Works for me. I know. I was gonna say, like, first there's like, now that's close enough, and then they're just like, all the way up. I'm like, oh, okay.
I have to admit I'm a little nervous.
That's understandable. Many are a little unsure what to expect.
Now I'm just kind of curious, though, what happened, and I want to talk to him to see if he'll tell us what happened. So, out of a point of curiosity, we're going to investigate.
Are being replaced by places like Korra's den.
Okay. I'm just kind of doing, like, point of elimination of, like, where have I gone to and where have I not gone to at this point. There's another terminal down there. Actually, I want to wander down there and see. Does it say anything about the statue at the terminal there? Right? There we go. I was gonna say, can we go faster? Like, I understand it's weird to just, like, randomly run, but also can we just get to the thing I want to get to? Okay.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3.
Oh, we missed Terminal 2,
Here in the
apparently.
Financial District, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the Council.
Okay. Hi, Dragon Tears. It's good to see you. How's it going?
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
I was gonna say, sounds like a vicious cycle.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni. Then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries.
It's a long time.
The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Yeah, it's a little extreme.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my program.
That's what I figured their response was going to be. So, only played the first. Yes, this is the first Mass Effect game. Also, hi, Legally Blind Gamer. Hello. Yeah, do keep in mind, just a general reminder of, this is my first playthrough. I do not remember any of the story of this game. I have seen a playthrough of it, but I don't remember any of the story. So, no story spoilers. So, this is the first game, and very much like the beginning of it.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
We've done a little bit of some main story stuff, and right now we're just kind of wandering around the Citadel and just kind of investigating some different areas. We're also going around and scanning all 20 of those things. And we're just kind of discovering some different areas. Where did we end up? Emporium. Okay. We're just kind of wandering around and discovering different spots. Oh, because, okay. I didn't end up going up the stairs. We ended up going around this way. Okay. I am also directionally impaired, and I am attempting to not get lost. It is the goal.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Okay.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
This just sounds weird. Okay. We haven't bought anything yet, because also I don't know what we want to buy. That is something that specifically for stream purposes that I have a tendency to ignore buying upgrades and upgrading our actual gear and things like that. We did that a bit in Horizon Forbidden West too, that I unintentionally was like playing hard mode because I was using non-upgraded gear and such. I would like to not accidentally do that in this game. So in terms of like buying gear, I'm okay with help with that because I don't know what to get and I don't know what I should sell. I know I've collected some things. I know we have stuff that we've looted that I have not even looked at what we looted, but we do have stuff that we've looted that I could probably look at. This one does not know, but it hopes its wares are safe in the Citadel. Yes. Always buy licenses. Okay. Yeah, in terms of, like, buying gear and things based around that, and also, like, gear and skill points and, like, those game mechanic kind of things, I'm, for the most part, okay with help on that. It's so far kind of how we've just done story games. There's, like, as long as it's not a story spoiler, if it's, like, a game mechanic thing, then that is something I'm typically okay with having help on. Is we have a pistol equipped currently? And this is also something too that, like, I don't necessarily like spending time on stream, like, analyzing the details of all of these different things and then, like, picking out what I want best and stuff, and, like, I might just hop on here off stream and, like, kind of mess around with some of that stuff, because I don't know, it takes my brain a second to wrap its head around everything, and then I changed my mind too many times, and just as I understand the mechanics of how this game lays stuff out. So min-max's playthrough, not really necessarily. I'm not going for min-maxing. I just don't want to be going into, like, the last mission of the game with the beginner starter gear because I forgot to upgrade things. So hi, Plump. It's a Plump. How's it going? The higher the number, the better. Okay. So, because I guess that's the thing of we have... like, I don't even know how to tell what kind of gun we have right now to, like... Oh, we have specific... Okay, this... There's specific... We have ammo types, apparently. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. We have weapon upgrades that we could apply. Maybe NLA? I don't know. My brain was going to, oh, there's so many things here that are telling me information, and I don't understand what it's telling me. Brain's apparently it's going. Okay. Barely buy anything. I just loot all the things. Okay. That's kind of what I feel like we've been looting stuff. And I feel like I do that in a lot of stuff, that I just try to do whatever we loot versus trying to spend to buy stuff. The only game, like, I've done, like, you know, I'm going to go buy the thing is, like, you know, a Horizon game. Horizon and Horizon Forbidden West is just, you know, you don't, you can upgrade the gear you have, but also, like, you could just get color different rarities of better gear. So... Oh, just gives you the guns in the next level. Had a hard time. Oh, no. Yeah, I haven't played... I've not played Resident Evil 4. Based on the St. Jude poll right now, it looks like I'm going to be playing the Resident Evil 2 remake in October. In case you did not know, with your donations to St. Jude, you can vote on a poll currently Resident Evil 2 is in the lead by like a lot, so I'm assuming that's what I'm gonna be playing. It sounds like not knowing you can backflip in Zelda. Yes. Yeah, because I've played RE8, and that one was one that I appreciated. There was like, here's a different gun. Use this one. Okay, I'm gonna worry about gear stuff not right now, because that is not a thing that my brain is going to do right now. Let's see where this door leads. Hello.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepherd. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
Have we met?
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
Oh. Okay, I just put together of who this person is. This is someone that we were told about in terms of an option of like finding, I think it was finding Garrus or something like that. Of they like buy and sell and trade information and stuff like that. And finding different things. So I was so confused for a second. I was like, why do we need your help? And then my brain put it together. I'm just gonna choose the middle one.
I heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepherd, and you're right. But Rex has already told you far more than I know about this. I am sorry, but I have nothing else to offer.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured, because we did kind of go with the other pathway. That we probably wouldn't end up buying the information. Let's see if we could get to know them a bit.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Is this legal?
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds suspicious. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the iceberg. It's good to have you here.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
I want to ask about the Shadow Broker.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
I was gonna say, do we... I don't think anyone really knows.
Any guess what his identity might be?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
Okay. We're so good. Yeah, I like it. I'm liking it, and I like the dialogue choices of we're getting to like we get dialogue options to get to know the characters we're interacting with, even if it's just like a little character that is, you know, just in that one spot kind of thing. It doesn't, you know, obviously there's the NPCs that are just like, I have my one line of dialogue. Also deal in knowledge? Yeah. Yes, bot, I lost the game. Yes, I have lost the game. It's fine. But I like our choices. I like the dialogue choices. We get choices in how we're responding. It's not necessarily a choice in the direction of the story so far, but we at least get to, we're picking the like tone of voice in how we respond to stuff, which I do like. Because even if it's, you know, like a set pathway of the story, we're still getting to add how we want to react to it. So I think that's cool.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time, I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
Fair enough.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
All right. How far have we wandered? Feel like we're about to end up looping back around because there's the, yeah, there's the bridge. Okay, and then there's also, I don't know if we actually can get to the tower from here, but I don't want to go to the tower right now because that will actually progress main story stuff, and I kind of just want to wander around the Citadel a bit more. I guess the other place we haven't been, we could go travel to the, I think it's called the wards? That we've kind of been around the emissary area here. There's another one to scan.
Please do not disturb the keeper.
Okay, that's the tower. So I don't want to go into the Citadel Tower. Not right at the moment.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in here.
Oh?
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area. Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
What's the problem?
What's going on here?
The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
Okay.
Who are the Enkindlers?
Your people know them as the Protheans. They are the true creators of this one's people. The Enkindlers raised the Hanar from ignorance into consciousness by granting this one's people the gift of speech.
So you're breaking the law by preaching without a permit right now?
The CSEC officer states that preaching in this place is forbidden, and preaching anywhere on the Citadel requires a permit. This one humbly submits that it is not preaching to state the truth of the Enkindlers, and thus no permit should be necessary.
Let me see what I can do, I guess?
Let me talk to the CSEC officer. Perhaps I can explain the situation.
This one would be most grateful for the assistance. Please let this one know if success is achieved.
Okay.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Ooh, okay, let's just ask him what he thinks the problem is.
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
straight up call him pathetic.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
Okay.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Okay. Arrest it? I don't know what I want to do.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Let's talk to it again.
Has the CSEC officer been assuaged?
I mean, technically it is breaking the law.
The CSEC officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble.
This one is too humble to suggest that the CSEC officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Oh. We don't have... So this must be something that unlocks, like, if you have farther in the main story, because we can't put any more points into the charm or intimidate yet, because I can't choose the renegade or the paragon option right now. Either way, I actually would just pick this one though. Can you buy a permit?
What if I purchase the evangelical permit for you?
Finances are only a partial limitation. This one does not believe that one should pay in order to speak the truth. However, this one also does not possess the 150 credits necessary to purchase the permit.
You know what? Like, if he wants to talk about what they want to talk about, like, I think that's fine. But, you know, obviously the rule there is, like, you know, do it in certain spots and whatever. Like, I can understand the Citadel, like, not, especially with how many species are here, of like not wanting it to become like a war zone for religious purposes. So, you know what? Sure, why not?
150 credits. This should cover you.
This is a most appreciated action. You are not of the Hanar, but you wish to help spread the truth of the Enkindlers. This one will not cause any further trouble for the CSEC officer. This one offers its thanks.
Alright. Works for me. Thanks for hanging out, Denton. I appreciate it. Get some rest. Make sure you taking care of you, which actually... I just thought of, speaking of doing the responsible thing, just the glance of... Foe, thank you for the bits. The glance of, how long have I been live for? Ooh, I leveled up. You know, the look of, how long have I been live for? Oh, it's been 2.5 hours. Have I done a wiggle break? No, I have not done a wiggle break. So you know what? I'm gonna do that right now before I get distracted. I'm gonna do that right now before I get distracted again. Yeah? And then, I don't know. Let me know. Actual question. Is there a lot more of the Citadel to wander and explore right now? Or should I, like, do something main story tonight? Or, I don't know. I'll be back. I'm gonna wiggle. Oh. Yeah, I think if there's a lot of stuff for us to explore in the Citadel, I think we'll continue to go around and explore it. Oh, this is to the wards. Okay, because I was gonna say, we've been to a couple different sections of the wards, but we haven't, like, physically walked around and explored it yet. So I think we'll continue to wander around here. Yeah, let's
A
just head...
Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
I love that we actually get, like, elevator music. Like, I figured we might as well wander around and see what there is to see. We've definitely been some places. I definitely will get to a point where I'll be like, okay, let's maybe continue some of the main story, but
How are you liking your posting at the
I just want to...
It's good. Busy, though.
Kind of get more familiar with what we're wandering around, I guess.
Yeah, it's the busiest station on the Citadel. You'll never get bored.
I guess not, but you could still use a few more men.
That's why we brought you here.
Because I don't know...
There's still way more complaints.
We went to one of the clubs, but I don't know... Ooh. I don't know if this is... I don't think this is the one we were at. Also, we're getting a lot of scans on those things. So, like, either way, we're going to need to wander around at some point for getting those. Okay, there's a door there, but we can't go there. That's nowhere. That's just that there. Okay. So I guess let's just take this elevator over here. Sorry, friends. I'm changing my mind. We're going this way.
Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud.
Okay,
The Krogan group had
let's just chill with the elevator music. Okay, so where does this put us? Okay, so we've been to this level before. I don't know if we'll wander here. We kind of wandered... We came here for the med clinic, but we didn't... We kind of wandered the other places, but I don't know if we really necessarily talked to everybody. Because this is like... We came to this area, but we didn't really fully explore it. So we'll do a little bit of a wander. We also ran into fighting with Tally and different things and whatnot. So... Always use the elevator to try to position the camera in absurd places. Like looking at Caden's booty. Fair. Okay, so these are the markets. I'm not really super wanting to like go around and like investigate the buying options and things right now. Like, I'm not necessarily worried about that. Okay, so we ended up in the lower markets. Okay, so there's the upper ones and the lower ones.
Is that really? Wow, it's you.
Okay, because that loops around. Okay. Sorry, my brain's just spatially processing where we ended up here.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime.
That's me.
I am so honored to meet you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
Really?
They say a lot of things. I was too busy killing them to count.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
He wants our autograph? What? Sure. I suppose. Why not? We're famous enough already that we... Yeah, sure. Have an autograph.
Here you go.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. Oh, but next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
That was great. I love that. Sometimes a grinding to get something in a game can be fun, though. Also, thank you, bot. Perfect timing for that. We talk to them? They're just talking to each other. Oh, this is the space between the med clinic and the markets. Okay. We did, this is where we met the journalist. So we did already have that interaction. We did pick up that kind of side quest thing. That just leads back through there, I think. Or did this lead somewhere different? Okay. I guess we could go into the nightclub if we wanted to. Alright, Did this actually go anywhere, or is this just... Is this where we went and we found Tali? We went somewhere.
In remembrance of Eden
Let's
Prime,
go this
we
way
present
and see
another
where we
profile
end
in
up.
courage with
The thing that's kind of confusing is we don't... Okay, if there is an actual full view of the map and I'm just completely missing it, feel free to let me know. But I feel like it's kind of weird that we can't actually see the other levels of the map? Or is that just me not finding it? Okay. The docking bay. Okay, no, that's not where we really want to go. Because I'm assuming, like, the docking bay is, like, heading back to the ship. Oh, that's an elevator. No, I don't want to use the elevator. What's this way? And the thing that's weird with this is, like, I don't know. I'm gonna start to lose track of, like, where we've been and where we haven't been, and...
Okay, Jalid. Let me get this straight.
All these things.
Your business partner, Shorban, he's threatened you?
Oh?
Well, no, not exactly. But he wants to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
Oh?
And why do you think that?
I can't really get into the details. But Shorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Then I've got other work to do.
But
nothing. Don't bother me unless you're willing to give me details.
You help them?
Hey there. Oh, you're not C-Sec, are you? Did you want something?
I kind of stood right next to you and overheard you.
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
Kill you?
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance.
But why?
I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Okay, how can I help?
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone.
You say, why is he following you?
He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Yeah, let's go talk to him.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Wasn't that the Solarian who asked us to scan the Keepers?
The Keepers?
Oh.
Even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
Thank you, Tali, for making the connection, because I didn't. Okay, I'm just gonna say I see.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shorban these days.
Alright.
Well, good luck.
You know, was Tali even with us when we picked up that quest? I don't think she was. Ooh, actually, we can talk to the officer.
Hello, Commander.
Oh, no, okay. I thought he would maybe have something to say on it. Ooh. I pushed a button and I got experience. Oh, we did level up. That's another thing. Ooh, another one to scan. I am interested to know why we're scanning all of these. Also, don't tell me. We'll find out. But there's gotta be a reason. I just don't know why we would need to scan all of them. Okay. So does it want me to go back and talk to... Oh, to talk to Conrad again? Okay. Okay, so go back to the lower markets. Okay, let's go do that. Because in theory, we're not that far away from them. We need to go back. Not going to be directionally impaired. I'm not going to be directionally impaired. I'm not going to be directionally impaired. I so know where we're going. I so know where we're going. We're going back this way.
In entertainment news,
we're going back this way.
Plans to direct Hamlet with L-Corps cast members.
Been grinding RuneCraft for 6 hours and got 5 levels. Oh, what? Why? That's a grind. That I feel like is a lot. Okay. Look at me not being directionally impaired. And theory, because this is the upper markets, I believe, it was over that way. So we need to go back down and around. We need to go back towards the markets, but go to the lower part of the markets. Right? That's what it said, right? Because we're trying to go back to where he was before, or is he in a different spot? Okay. Let's just go back that way for now. Yeah, into the markets. Guess we could rapid travel, but also I'm trying to learn my way around a little bit. So I'm not maybe constantly completely lost. Oh, there they are.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
I want answers.
You can start by telling me the truth, Shorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
We're not buying it. Jalid told us you've been after him.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
No, not really.
No, but you're gonna tell me everything.
You boys can go.
Oh, okay.
Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
You had 2 people standing behind you with guns ready to, like, shoot. That's more than just a little bit of a problem. Hi, Brando. It's good to see you. How's it going?
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers.
Okay.
Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
Not sure I follow.
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jaleed's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it. I don't know.
I'm just gonna choose the Psy option.
I should kill both of you idiots.
Yeah.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
All right. I'm curious too. Like, I'm just curious about it too.
I suppose a little scanning here and there won't hurt anyone.
Very good. Maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking with Jaleed. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jaleed won't help me analyze it.
Maybe.
If I have time, I'll talk to him.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
Alright. How many... Let me actually look. How many have we scanned? Oh... And the Keepers. 13 of 20. Okay, so we're missing 7 of them, apparently. Okay, let's go back. Let me backtrack. Gotta go back over. There's this way? Yeah. Let's go. I'm assuming he's still in the same spot, so let's go back and talk to the other dude again. Because now I'm just curious. Oh, that way doesn't go all the way around. We gotta go... We just actually teleport? Let's go back there. And we don't have to walk all the way back there? Yeah, because he was down here somewhere? No, because we came in from here, so we... No, it was up. I was like, there were stairs involved somehow. To get back. I'm assuming and hoping that they're still standing in the same spot. They are! Yay!
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorben?
I'm afraid so.
I found out you've been lying to me, Jaleed.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
You forgot to mention the data about the Keeper.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorben would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
Yeah, okay. And this relax, I'm helping out.
I'm scanning the Keepers for Shorben, but you two need to stop fighting.
You're helping us? Mm-hmm. But, well, if you say so. Well, if Shorben can forgive and forget, then so can I.
Good.
Appreciate the help, Commander. I better go get that data analyzed.
Yeah, go analyze the data. Okay. Like an egg hunt? I found 13 so far. I found 13 out of 20. So I feel like that is more than I expected to have already found. Oh, we already wandered that way. So let's go back. Let's go. Yeah, I'm glad that it's only 20 because I was actually afraid that it was going to be like dramatically more than that. But also my current find things quest is I've been trying to find the rest of the 107 purple wisps in Arceus. So took you a second. Yeah, I was like, we'll get them all. We're fine. We're doing it okay. Never giving him any data. Yeah. But also, at least we get the satisfaction over getting experience points. No, You know what? Let's actually just go up here. Let's see.
Reports are circulating that Alliance
we're getting
Ambassador
we're
Udina
getting
has accused a Spectre of
XP
orchestrating
points.
the attack on Eden Prime.
We're just scanning them. So, ooh, also Pokemon. Cool. I also was just like wanting to see what this looks like. Oh, also, hey, look what we found! There's another one. Also, I did put myself on the right side today instead of the left side. Because I'm finding when we're talking to people, most of the time they're on the left side and I'm on the right side. But also then it blocks the XP that pops up, which I guess doesn't really matter too terribly much. Oh, this is how to get... Okay. I don't know if I necessarily want to specifically go onto the Normandy.
Sorry, Commander. Nobody's allowed on the Normandy right now.
Okay, it's doing maintenance.
Doing some
Okay.
routine maintenance.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't really want to do that and accidentally end up going somewhere. Also, I figured story-wise, like, it's gonna force us to stay here at the Citadel until we've progressed to the point that we would leave.
Many council worlds, particularly Asari and Solari.
Oh, the last one you knew was the one you thought you already had gotten. No. Yeah, that's the thing that's kind of gonna be like, okay, did I scan that one or did I not? Have some fun medical news? Oh. Okay, we have reached the point of I don't know where I've been and where I have not been. Let's just take a look at the list of options of locations here. We've been to the med clinic, we've been to the... I think we've been all those places. I think we kind of wandered the places. It definitely feels like the Citadel is a place that there's going to be more stuff as we, you know, as we do more main story stuff. Feel free to actual question correct me on that. Like, I feel like we've wandered all the places now. As we progress main story, does more stuff in the Citadel appear or change or whatnot? Because I feel like we've done an initial sweep of all the locations. Yes, generally every time you complete a main story thing, you should return to the Citadel, take a break, walk around. Okay. Got it. So it's kind of like in Horizon Forbidden West of like every time we finished a main story thing, other dialogue things and other quests were unlocked with our people we had at base. Because the Citadel is kind of our quote base in this sense. Okay. So I think we're probably good to continue story-wise stuff for now. And then we can wander around again. Because I actually really liked doing that. Just kind of wandering around and interacting with who we can interact with. Okay, let's go back to this. We're going to... So, picking up main story where we left off, we... like, rescued Tally from people who were gonna, like, shoot her. She gave us information about Saren, and in a recording of Saren and someone else that we don't know yet, they mentioned, like, a threat of Reapers. And we were gonna go tell the council about it, is what we were headed to do next. I'm actually clicking on the Citadel Tower now. We're going here. Okay. So, I was gonna say, I'm assuming the captain's just waiting for us.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarian's evidence to the council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren.
Oh?
Matriarch Benezia.
Who is she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and experience, they serve as guides and mentors to my people. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
I'll do this.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
I guess we don't yet.
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
Ooh.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
I mean, with the information we know, it very well could be. It could be a cover. I doubt that it is a cover, but it very well could just be a cover thing. Saying I've seen them is not going to help. We had a vision, but that's not going to...
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Yeah.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
I mean, that's fair enough. Like, obviously, the humans are not going to be happy with that. But, like, from their point of view, yeah, that's... They're not going to go into a whole-out war for, like, a few tiny colonies of stuff. Ooh, send me? I mean, we'll go after Saren.
I can take Saren down.
The commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
Ooh, I want to do this one. Quit hold his back.
It was a Turian Spectre who betrayed this council. And it was a human who exposed him. I have earned this.
Ooh.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
Humans are ready. Probably not, but we're gonna be a Spectre anyway.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
I could just say about time. No, I'm gonna say thank you because I don't want to be an asshole.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
All right. It didn't seem like it, NLA. Even in the skill tree, for the options for like the charming or the intimidate, it specifically says in the charm and intimidate, it says more, because you can only put 3 points. Like we can only put 3 points in intimidate right now. It said that more points will unlock when you become a Spectre. Like I think that's a you have to become one. But it makes sense, I feel like, in terms of like exploring wise, that we would be needing the rights of a Spectre to just be able to explore and do what we need to for our adventuring. So yes, we have any means necessary. Any leads?
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
All right.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the CSEC Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson,
Okay.
come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
Cool.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
See, this is interesting. Like, I wish we could have more of the other people with us to hear what they have to say about this happening with us. I was gonna say, it's no big deal.
He's got a lot on his mind. Come on.
Right behind you, Shepard.
Spectre bonus. Spectre training talent unlocked. Cool. Okay, we did level up. Okay, because now we can put... Now we can put more points into Intimidate. And now we also have the Spectre training. Okay. Oh, and I didn't put a point in Charm? What? Actual question. How did I end up with a point in Charm if I didn't put one in there? Did I just naturally earn that? Was I charming? I am still liking a lot of the Renegade options though, so I think I am still gonna go for the Intimidate. I like the idea of having both, and I did like that one Paragon, but the Renegade ones of the... I'm finding either I like the chaos of the Renegade, or I'm like liking just the neutral in between one. So I do want to still keep this maxed out of what we can have it as. And let's put a couple points in our Spectre training. Because I feel like that's a good idea. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Nice. That's the first one I scanned, I think. Isn't it? Because this is where we started, and this is where we originally found him. Yeah, that's the first one I scanned. Okay. Actually, while we're here, let's actually do a quick wander around, because we haven't gone back.
To speak with one of the counselor's assistants.
Yeah, there's another one right there. Like, we haven't gone back over here. Besides just talking to the council, we haven't wandered, so let's just see, I guess, what there is to see in the little bit of the tower we can see here. We go in here? No? Okay. Not actually a door we can go in? Fine. I'm assuming it's the same over here, too. Okay.
I hope he's okay.
Oh. Talk to this person?
I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything. I've got a lot on my mind.
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can. You're a soldier, right? You ever head out to the Traverse?
I'm not just some soldier. I'm a Spectre.
We're a Spectre now.
A Spectre? I heard they were thinking about letting humans into the ranks. About time. Well, that means you can go anywhere you want, right? Even out into the Traverse? My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty. It was crossing the Traverse a few days ago when it disappeared. Just dropped right off the grid. And that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure, or they were attacked.
Those are both bad.
Neither one of those options leaves a lot of hope.
I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the last transmission from his vessel.
Isn't anyone else looking into this?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My brother's just a small independent trader. Ships like his disappear in the Traverse all the time.
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's just a small trading vessel, only a handful of crew. But he kept it in good condition. I don't think mechanical failure is too likely. But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone did come after them, the Majesty'd be a sitting duck.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Give me the coordinates.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find them.
Okay. I don't know why we got such a dramatic zoom in on Garrus's, like, shoulder. Do they actually have other dialogue?
Not too many people have free access to the tower. Even less information to meet the council.
Ooh. There's another one to scan. Okay. What does that put us at? 16 of 20. Okay, so there's 4 more that we haven't scanned yet. So that means there's gotta be somewhere that we haven't wandered to yet. Okay, that leads us back out of here. Okay. I think we might actually pause there. Because my brain... This is the thing that gets really annoying, and this is why, like, when I was doing longer streams, we definitely did end up, like, swapping games, and I think we will end up doing that more in the summer. When I can put more of my energy, hopefully, to stream stuff. Obviously, I do have my master's classes starting back up in June, so I do have to balance masters and stream, but that is what I will have. I'll have masters and stream and, like, tending to house things of cleaning and whatnot, and, you know, taking care of the cats and things. But I'm feeling my ability to focus on this game slip, which is really annoying because I'm still having a lot of fun with it, and it bugs me that my brain does that. It's like, nope, we're not going to focus on this anymore. But, like, we found another one to scan. Okay, there's 3 more. 3 more. Is there another one over here? No, because that's a dead end. Okay. 1 cat. No, there's 2 cats. Okay. I immediately lost track of which sections of this I had wandered into, and it's like mirrored, so I don't know which ones we looked at and which ones we didn't, because I'm super pro at directions. Super duper duper pro. I do want to have us head to... what were they saying? Head to the C sector? We do also have these, like, side things that we could ask about, too. Oh, we needed to talk to the C-Sect officer again after that. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. I think we kind of want to maybe mess around with following up on some of these, like, side things that we picked up. Because we didn't necessarily finish stuff. Oh, we didn't go back to the den because we had been there. That Emily wants to find. Okay, so we've got some side stuff to also mess around in the Citadel here too. Oh, I went in there and this is okay. I wanted to see. Okay, that's to the specific different location out of here that we're not leaving yet. In the C-Sec Academy. Okay, so I want to leave us down there. So we're kind of in the location I need to be if I want to do that. But also I didn't realize how many of the side quest things that we didn't necessarily finish. Yeah, it incentivizes you to explore the Citadel, and then you get a bunch of other... Yeah, you just get a bunch of other quests by doing so, yeah. I like that, of, like, scanning the things, of going around and finding them, but then you're also finding all of the things. For 69 months. Nice. Okay. I can feel my brain losing the ability to focus on this, which otherwise I would continue for a little bit longer. But we are going to stop here.